welcome back to Beginner's Art. I'm a beginner, you're a beginner, and we all start from somewhere. So, if you're new here, my name is Naftali. I am 16 and I inspired to be an artist one day. And yeah, and follow me through my journey of becoming an artist. So, right now in the month of April, I am starting my art portfolio, which is why this video is titled Art Portfolio Diaries Part 1. Plus, I got Ohuhu markers, which I will be using today in this video. So, I am going to just start prepping for the next thing. I'm going to start painting, and yeah, pretty much. So the art piece is going to be called Survive, and the visual image of it is basically a girl who is underwater, who is trying to swim up, and seaweeds are pulling her down, and there is this shark behind her, which is not really visible, but you can tell it's a shark, and its piercing eyes gazing at her, and there are bubbles coming out of her mouth indicating that she can't breathe. So yeah, and I literally cannot wait to start painting this. But first, I'm gonna have to draw it out first, because I remember the last time I did the painting. Y'all know what it is. It's that right there, okay? And I didn't draw it beforehand, so I made a lot of mistakes, and there's always going to be mistakes when starting a painting, but still, I made way more than I should have because I didn't draw it beforehand, and so because of that, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it's still good either way. And right now I'm gonna, as before, I did the same thing for this painting, putting my thoughts in Milano, but the thing is I didn't draw out my thoughts and that went horribly wrong, and I'm never doing that again. So starting from the beginning, I'm going to process my thoughts and put everything in what colors I'm going to use, and yeah. And this is the canvas that I'll be using, and I know it's quite big. Okay. So I got pretty much everything. It's 6:27 now, and now I got everything, I think almost everything that I need. Here's how it's looking like. So this is how it's looking like. Not too bad, not too shabby. And honestly, I think I put all of my thoughts together, and now I think I'm ready to sketch out my idea. So yeah, but I'm going to sketch my idea with my new Ohuhu markers, and I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. And let's just say I drew with them before, but I am totally so bad at drawing Ohuhu markers, because like a medium that I usually use all the time. Markers are just not what I use. Like painting, like graphite, sometimes it's like what I'm used to, but markers is something else. Something else. I like using Milanote to put all of my ideas together when I'm starting like a new project, portfolio. So yeah, and I like putting all of like the colors that matches with the main color that I'm going to be using, which is blue. So I like to search up which colors match with blue, because guys, I'm not good with color theory. I'm not good with anything color. I literally have to use my brain to see which looks good. So yeah, so I wanted, as you know, seaweed, a person, and then the shark behind. I would personally say I have never drawn any animals before. Like I have, but it wasn't really good. But anyways, yeah. And then I also take like the undertone It's gonna be kind of orange brownish, so that is what I was gonna use for the undertone. I was gonna add fish because like the fish is gonna be described as people, but I decided against it because I don't know, I just think it wasn't really necessary, so I decided just not to add it. And I just went for just the seaweed, the person, and the shark. And as for the hand, I really wanted to, because guys, you already know I'm just really terrible at drawing hands, and I really wanted to get like just an image just to know how to draw the hands reaching for the surface, because I did not know how to do that. So anyways, yeah. So then, you know, as of now, I'm just drawing on my sketchbook and just trying to get all my thoughts together and see how I wanted it to look. And, you know, the first sketch wasn't too bad. The second sketch I do is pretty detailed, and I really ended up liking it, you guys. It looks so good. And yeah, it just looks really good. I didn't expect it to turn out that way, but it looks pretty good. And I just love the background that I did with it. I just kind of just let the marker just guide me and just do a lot of squiggles, but it looked good in the end, and I really liked it. Okay, now that I am done with the side drawings and just putting my ideas together, I'm going to focus on drawing the shark now, because I was mostly focused on drawing the girl. So now it's time for me to focus on drawing the shark, because I feel like the shark needs to have more detail. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, focus on drawing the shark. So what I'm going to do is start drawing it from my head first before I look at a reference photo. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I did draw it in my head and it's not looking the way I want it to be, but I'm going to try my best. So yeah. You can tell I have no experience in drawing a shark, but one day I hope I can draw it like very scary enough and just a lot more better than this, because it is not looking good. I have no idea what that even looks like. It does not even look scary, it just looks happy and excited. So yeah. This looks horrible. Like, this looks horrible. Like, it looks like a blob. Like, what is that? Okay, I'm gonna redo this. Okay, so this is what the first shark looked like without the reference. It is looking amazing and not too bad. The second one, well, that looks like a blob. with the reference. And the third one, it looks amazing. Like, it's a lot better than the second one and the first one. So I would say I made progress. And yeah, I really love the third truck. I feel like it has a lot more details and it looks a lot more kind of serious and more scarier. Mixing orange and brown together, and now I'm going to start the underpainting. I know there's a lot of background, like a lot of stuff going on in the background, but just pay attention to the painting. So anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys could have guessed by now that the painting is called Survive. So yeah, this is how it's gonna be looking now at the underpainting. I always do underpaintings either in light pink or orangish or brownish, maybe gray. It really just depends on what bright color I'm using, but yeah. But those are like the undertones I really love. Now I'm starting with the blue paint in the background with a little bit of white mixed into it. But first I start off with a very thin layer of blue before I actually put in the thick layer of blue. But yeah, guys, I feel like even though I got new acrylic paints and they're a lot more opaque and more can like spread the paint out more than the paint that I had before, I still feel like I used a lot of paint for this painting, probably because it was a huge canvas, but yeah. I have no idea how I want to do like that sunlight effect, like you know when you're in the ocean and you're like deep underwater and you see that sunlight effect. That's what I wanted to get in the background, but I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I started working on the shark, and I was later about to say whale, but it's a shark. Yeah, I mean it looks like a whale now, but yeah, it's a shark. I don't have the footage of where I painted the girl and the shark. For some reason, like I just noticed that. I guess I just didn't record that part. I was like, yeah, let me just stop. I did not record that part, but yeah, as you guys can see, you know, it's looking pretty nice. Like, pretty nice. As you guys can see, I am talking, but y'all, it's not in sync with my lips, I know. Turns out this whole entire time, like I'm like in my editing mode right now, and this whole entire time when I was recording, I was in like this slow motion thingy in my Sony ZV-1F, and I didn't know it had a slow motion thingy, and turns out when I looked up on YouTube, everyone has the same problem. There isn't really a way to fix it or like take it off from the settings or whatever, but yeah, you just have to make sure it's not in slow motion next time. So each time, I already deleted the stuff where I was like talking and I'm just not able to be heard, I'm just in slow motion. But anyways, yeah, so most of the footage that's way too slow, it was just edited out, not me painting, because like that's always slow, but yeah. So yeah, working on the hands and feet was probably the most hardest part. Like I didn't want to put too much detail on the hands and foot because I know I'm going to spend too much time with it and then I'm not going to like it, and I'm going to keep redoing it and redoing it and redoing. So, which is why mostly when I'm painting, I always add hands now just to continue improving, because I know if I don't do it, I'm never going to learn how to draw hands and feet well. So honestly, I think I'm doing a lot better. I'm getting a little more comfortable with drawing feet and hands and everything. I'm like fine with feet because they're like, I don't know, predictable. While hands are just a really weird thing to draw. There's just so many bones and muscles that I have to think about and where all of them have to go and if they all align with each other. And it's just so confusing sometimes. Anyways, yeah. Working on the shark, the mouth and everything. Yeah, I mean it looks angry, you know. So yeah. The painting is all done. And I really love how it came out. I really like the changes I did too, especially with the dress, because that wasn't really part of the plan. But I'm glad it was, and I just really love the texture. And yeah, I like that I came up with that. And this looks amazing, guys. It looks amazing. And I just want to thank you guys. If you watched for this long, I just want to say thank you for supporting me and just watching this video. And yeah, and I hope you guys subscribe and watch more of my videos, and I'll work as hard as I can to make it even more interesting and just more fun to watch. And I hope you guys stay with me on my artist journey, because I really hope I get to be an artist one day, because that is my dream, guys.